Well, it actually happened, we moved down from Shepparton and for work, we moved down here and we stayed at Labour Church and we went to a little church called Rokeby Baptist Church. And we met some people there who were very passionate about Christian education. But when we met them, they found out that Diane was a teacher and they got very excited because it was John and Anne Ballantyne, Ian and Mark Knowles, and Leo and Maggie Nordemir. And they started talking to us about this Christian school that had just started. And we thought, well, I thought, oh yes, another church school, that's nice. But then they started getting us sort of involved in things and coming along to different things, to working bees and to, I always remember the highlight was this amazing fair. And the thing that really interested me was the passion of these people for a school, little tiny school at Druin East, and that's the huge passion that these parents had. And not only the parents on the board, but all the parents involved in the school.
In 1983, I was in my final year of uni and I needed to find a placement for a month, and tried a lot of other schools and had heard about this weird little Christian school that was forming, and I thought, oh well, I'll look into that, and they took me, which was great. And so I spent a month with 16 kids in one room, prep to grade 6 with one teacher and no resources in a broken down little original school that was Druin East, and was hooked, immediately hooked. Both my husband and I both became really involved with the school then. We were just married, very young and green, but excited by the prospect of Christian schooling.
They were very happy years for me. I guess as a child you don't see any of the stress or the behind the scenes sort of the adult worries. So for me it was like an extended family at Chairo. So we'd all come together for working bees and all the kids would come and we'd all play, and I remember we got together once for New Year's Eve, and so it was a very happy time, and one of my highlights was we'd have a yearly picnic and everyone would come to our farm and we'd have like a merry-go-round and an old car and horse and rides and things. And I remember sitting on the fence waiting for those first families to come and visit. So yeah, they're my first memories, yeah.
I was first employed in 1996. I had been at another Christian school previously, but had come to know a couple of Chairo people, and the senior school was in its second year, I think, when I came across, and yeah, I was pretty interested in what Chairo was doing, so I applied for a position.
I had my son and daughter-in-law were teaching out here at Chairo, and they'd started a year or two before that, and they told me that this new little school was being built and it's starting out. And like I said, being a dreamer, that sounded like magic to me. You could come in on the ground floor of a school and build into it all those dreams that you have. So I applied, and I don't think I must have had much competition actually, because I was not highly qualified for the job, not at all. But I thought I'd like to have a go at that, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, we didn't know anything about Christian education or Christian schooling or anything like that, but we saw this bus when we'd be travelling to and fro, visiting family on the other side of Melbourne, and it must have been that time of the day when the buses were moving. Yeah, but I even remember the name of this fellow that gave us a tour 3 years ago. Michael Hicks. He was in Year 8. He was at middle school here and he made an impression. It's quite something.
I was really impressed as new parents coming into a school. I was just made to feel welcome and at home. I remember the teachers, some who are still here, you know, just being so welcoming and so pleasant. And
both my girls, they're now married with their own kids. They started here in prep in Leongatha Christian School. Both of them went through to year 11 and year 12 here at the school. And now I've got grandchildren here in year 3 and year 1. So it's lovely. It's a real family atmosphere here at Leongatha. The community's beautiful. We love embracing families and their children, and as a parent and now as a grandparent, it's wonderful. It's really.
When it came time to then send our children somewhere, we started looking around at kinders, and I went to all the different kinder open days and stuff, and it's like, you know, we're going to have to homeschool. I can't send my children to any of them because there was no kinder here. There was no kinder at Drawn East until I got a letter that said, we're thinking maybe we might, don't know, it could be in the future, we might start a kindergarten here at Drawn East. And we said, maybe we could send the kids there, but I don't know, because we want to be salt and light in the community as well, like our parents were. So it went on, but we did enrol the kids at kinder, and then we thought, oh no, we'll send them to a local primary school though. But then we walked onto the campus at Drawn East, and we met the teachers, we met the students, we saw, you know, the rock that's got, you know, this is founded on the Christ, who is our rock, our solid foundation, and we're like, yeah, no, actually we might do this for primary school anyway, you know. So it was a very hesitant start, I suppose.
Yeah, it wasn't a given, it wasn't something we decided right from the start, but when we started looking at schools for our son, it just seemed the place that complemented what we were doing at home. We didn't want to have any contradictions, and it just seemed to work together with what we wanted to teach. Yeah.